come back and see those. Our two main stage shows in the Lucas Hicks Theater behind you are Ajax, which shows this weekend and next, and then we have a new adaptation of The Odyssey that goes August 1st to the 18th. That just started rehearsals, directed by Ashley Albertson, who co-directed Miriam, one of our outdoor performances last year. So if you like this program and you'd like to see it continue, the best way to support it is just come back to shows, especially the indoor shows help support this outdoor program. There's also information in your program about membership, about season passes to the Sylvia Center. Idiom Theater, which is housed in the Sylvia Center, is the most prolific creator of new work in the country. It's a playwrights theater, so we do a lot of local plays and a lot of world premieres up there. We do about 40 original productions a year, which is a bit insane, but that's what we do. Cool. I think that is about all I have to say, folks. Like I said, calendar any programs for all those other shows, please come back and see them. Thank you very much for coming out and enjoy the show.
Head at Achilles and see what you cannot see. Dreams of distant homes. Here's the shores of Ilium. We're like claims to thrones and bones. Let our stories here completed,
like ashes on the tide, each heart hoping some safe vessel in which those ashes not let us lie in the beds of husbands who killed our brothers and burnt our city. Oh, all my dresses, all my lovely figurines.
No, leave out the part about the figurines and the dresses. If there is anyone left.
If there is anyone left in Tolos, beautiful Tolos, fountains filled with ashes, scrolls of paper, garden frogs, lovely cats, merchants, poets, hear me. This is your captive daughter, Briseis. Send for me and I will spirit her.
Yes, even if there is no one left, I will find a way. I will build a garden on the rich ashes of everything ravaged, and I will wait for death with the ghosts of people. Scarves covering your noses, burning mice and cursing mice, and now you wave them in my face.
That's a lot of questions, ma'am.
Just get them out of here. Alcina!
Oh, I thought you knew my name. Anyway, the plague is lifted. Look. Ta-da!
How exactly is a plague lifted?
Well, Apollo.
Did you see him?
See who?
You saw, I know you did.
I saw the mice stand still.
You're a liar. Say you saw. Saw what? Lord Apollo. Oh.
Hello, Briseis, ma'am. I have sandals for you, and Gregory's coming with a trunk.
A trunk?
For your things.
Evangeline,
I
what?
don't have any things.
You have an elephant figurine.
So won't you tell her?
Someone, not me. And all those beautiful gowns Achilles gave you.
I'd rather go naked.
You can't go naked.
positive until I heard the news, but now it all makes sense. The lightheadedness, the scorn of heaven. It's a fitting end to the loathsome life of Gregory, the last plague victim of the wars of Ilium. That has a nice ring to it, actually. Hello, Alcina.
Don't speak to me.
Hello, Evangelina.
Don't speak to her either.
Let her chasten me herself.
Don't speak to me.
From her, it's music. Sorry to interrupt. Please, pay no mind at all to my presence. Here to carry things in, here to tote
The king for refusing her return and raining down the wrath of heaven and this plague that has killed more mice than all the iron of Troy.
But now the plague is lifted
Yes.
because Chrysia's father's demands were met,
Yes.
which means she was returned home to him.
Yes.
Hope for slaves and captives everywhere. What am I missing?
Leaves the king without a prize.
Prize?
While his princes keep theirs.
I see.
Yes.
So sandals for a journey and a trunk for my things. Matter of honor, I suppose. Why me?
Behold your king! He may come late to the field, he may come slow to the charge, but he is quick enough to cry and pout, quick enough to demand recompense for his own blunders. Now if it were I who dragged a sea of Greeks 10 years from their homes because my brother could not contain his wife in the walls of his own castle, then I would not have the nerve to pluck plunder from plunderers without a strongly armed entourage. To shame the honor of those who bring you any honor that you possess, you
fall on the stunned ears of my comrades and friends. Free people like me! You! They only like for your flashing armor, for your savage heart, but only from a great distance where they can't see this ungrateful curl of your lip or hear this noxious gas escape the gaping leak in your face. You think yourself invulnerable? What license have you to spit such vitriol at your king? Such words will not go unchecked,
Well, there were poorer choices to be made, and you didn't make those.
No, Cautious. Not long ago, you told me that I am king, and therefore divine. And therefore, whatever choices I make should not be valued as good or bad.
Your Grace, what have we said about quoting earlier counsel?
I don't remember the words.
Quoting earlier counsel
Is contextually irreverent.
contextually irrelevant, but the words don't matter, especially if you don't know what they mean. Let's just remember, don't do it.
Just with only a handkerchief full of dried chickpeas between them, side by side in battle, in the blood of it all. A bond develops, is what I'm trying to explain to you. A deeper one, truth be told, than could ever exist domestically with a woman.
I hope you are very happy, really.
The men know and they don't care. They're supportive.
We have gay men in Tolos.
I don't even know what that means.
Gay women, too. Are we dead?
What does that mean?
That they're all dead now?
Oh, right. Why is it the captives can never shut up about their fair cities? Like you all...
Used to sing to me. You may want to wait till the tide comes in. You'll have to wade through a mile of clams and kelp to get enough water to drown yourself. Though ostriching yourself in the mud might do the trick.
You must be Odysseus.
Of Ithaca.
Reader of minds, of you I have heard tales.
Fact. Though I am sorry for your loss, for your Tuesday afternoons.
Were you not among the Greeks that day pirating my Tuesday afternoons?
By my honor, I was, Briseis. And I won't ask your pardon, since truth be told, if Athena herself poured back the sands of time, I would be honor bound to do the same again. So come now, to the king.
Thebes under Placos. Once stood not far from here. If you close your eyes, you can still hear it. Fountains filled with orange fish. Schools filled with clear-eyed children. Streets filled with travelers and traders and musicians. Families raised in generations of warless calm. The pirates came in the light of day. A sound like murder on the 3 p.m. wind. The gatekeeper was lifted off the ground by a spear straight through the west wall. Then a pause as he was unskewered and fell. And the people of Tolos checked to make logic of our senses before the men in metal and leather, horsehair and feathers came over the wall and plopped one by one onto the stones. There was a calmness in the way the Greek warriors dropped like apples. The way they cut down men too stunned to raise a hand. And babies and dogs set torch to rooftops. And when rage finally overtook the city and our men rushed in, they were cut down like harvest. One crazed demon cut down 60 men without moving. His kinsmen cheering him as if he were performing a magic trick for children. Achilles, they yelled, limbs falling like meat. Swift sword and iron heart. Friends, there is a beach north of here some days walk, tents lit like yellow lanterns, where the last daughters of Tolos are kept by the men who killed their brothers and fathers. Friends, know you any survivors?
Thetis! Your silence is not at all surprising, Mother. I'm familiar with it. Well, you can feign non-sentience all you want. Thetis! Silver gilt nymph, hear my plea. Scorn of your loins! I know you can hear me, Mother, because my prayers have been answered. The Greeks are dead in piles on the fields of Troy, so thank you for that. But listen. Mother rebels promised things. Honor and fame, and these did not come without sacrifice. A long life, a home, a family, peace. Though what one does with peace is it's never been very clear to me. Peace seems to me excruciatingly boring. It's much like a war that one cannot fight.
The maid, rest your weary eyes a spell, at least from time to time.
I did. You should. You'll go mad.
She says again, Samophron. Mad! Should we talk about the madness of Agamemnon, killer of children? Should we talk about the madness of Helen of Troy? I hear she left a child at home.
She was kidnapped.
Her father's hands, the leaves of ferns with rows of neatly lined spores, the smell of wet bark. My feet, forgive me, are faltering. A moment's rest. I am weary when she is afraid.
I am not afraid, I am ashamed.
What have you to be ashamed of?
I am alive and they are all dead. That enough.
He dies, not everybody has their leg lopped off.
2,000 more Greeks today dead by their ships, and you ask me why I'm crying.
I know why.
Why?
Because of that, because of the leg.
I'm not crying over Thol's leg.
Because the Greeks are dying.
Because the Greeks are being slaughtered. We are being slaughtered, and by what cause?
By what cause? Oh, I'm sure you don't mean me. How about Agamemnon is the cause? How about Helen is the cause? How about Menelaus? How far back do you want to go?
Bury your grudge. Don't. I am asking you. See who is asking you. Not Odysseus, not Agamemnon. Let the Trojans see the red plumes of Achilles' helmet step onto the fields, and see if their merciless ranks don't falter at the very sight.
You wear it if you want it so badly.
Give me leave to, and I will.
Well, take what you want.
I want the Trojans to see Achilles take the
Well,
field.
then you had best climb into my armor and then show them.
Which we all call food and sex. Oh, food and sex, food and sex. Food and sex, food and sex. We all need a little something in our bellies and our britches. Food and sex, food and sex. Oh, good, you're awake. I just made some sea urchin tea with ox blood. Sounds horrible, I know, but with little honey. Thanks to that husband of yours. He went on a bloody rampage to put all his other bloody rampages to shame. He killed Hector himself and dragged him across the countryside like a wedding train. He's gone completely mad. So, hooray.
Oh. Carry you, I'll drag you if I have to. We'll find some Trojans to strike you down.
Father, just leave me.
Shut your damn mouth. Oh, you poor dear boy. You poor, poor boy. For generations, men will talk of Antilochus, giant, Titan, his tall shadow bending over the walls of Troy as he fell. Now shut up and let's get you into battle. Don't die in a tent.
Is there a bell to ring or Ooh, the servants wouldn't give me up, would they? Maybe we better not disturb them. We will serve ourselves. I will serve you. Woo. My head is just spinning. It is like a dream. I can't believe I am outside the gates
of the camps of the enemies in the tent of the famed Achilles of the flashing helmet. Oh, Briseis of Tolos.
Helen of Troy.
Most recently.
You don't have to drink that.
No.
You don't.
No, it's
awful.
It is awful. It tastes like a rusty fish.
Well, it's oxblood and sea urchins.
That's exactly what it tastes like. How vile. Oh, I just had to meet you. I just had to. I have heard such stories, such tales.
About me?
Of course. Oh, you're so modest. Oh. Of all the fair women of Tolos, Achilles chooses you. Taken by the king, your jilted warrior refuses to fight. And then, that turns the tides of war. Then, the king returns the maiden to the prince with a chest full of treasures, and the tides of war shift again. What kind of woman is this? The streets of Troy are just abuzz with questions. What kind of woman so completely rules the hearts of princes and kings?
Now you know.
Now I know! I simply had to see your face.
And you?
Oh.
So many stories, so many questions.
Ask away, but be...
We have been cut down by disease and arrow alike, till most would break and flee. But honor, against all sense and salvation, has kept us diligent. Today, our champion Achilles has fallen.
What is it? Nothing. Let's go.
In the moonlight on the harbor, see their white sail unfurl.
But on the winds of his death will fall the walls of Troy, and on those winds 50 laden ships will sail. Trinkets for your children, tributes to your gods, spoils to your towns and families.
On a distant wooded shoreline, see the welcome fires curl.
Briseis, we return home. Hello? Home. Home. Home.
Thank you guys for coming out and joining us for Briseis. If you still have a taste for Greek theater, like Glenn said at the beginning, Ajax is running tomorrow night as well as next weekend up in the main theater. We've got an Iliad later in the summer as well as the Birds and the Odyssey. Keep an eye out for those. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. If you're feeling it in you, it would not be unappreciated, not necessary, but not unappreciated, if perchance you wanted to assist taking this set down and bringing it up there. I'm just saying. But if not, thank you again for coming out and have a wonderful rest of your night.